Welcome back to a slightly delayed Foreign Friday. I did not feed the mice on the hamster wheel, and the electricity went out for 15 minutes. Always some electrical issue, Thomas, when it comes to these shows, but not an issue making picks. Nice $175, $1 exact the last week. We'll take that. Hopefully we can bring that into Ripon today, or is it Ripon? How do they pronounce this one?
Ripon.
Ripon.
Yeah, just Ripon.
I think this is the what is it, like some kind of beer festival or something in horse racing mixed together?
Yeah, and this is their final racing of the season.
I was looking at some sort of beer festival. That's kind of fun. Could be more fun too, the beer festival. When you look at the weather forecast, the track is soft to good right now, but tomorrow it's expected to rain. So if we get some rain in there, Thomas, the track could soften up a touch.
I'm making the assumption it's going to.
Yes, I kind of worked under that same assumption as well. Let's see if indeed we're correct. As always, you can get some free picks over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Today's free track of the day is, I think it is Albuquerque. Yes,
Ripon.
Albuquerque. Have you been to that track, Tom?
I have not.
I have not either. I know. I thought Terry hadn't been there. And he's like, yeah, I've been there. He's been to every track. So
Yeah.
sometime before the races start tomorrow over at horseracingtoday.net, I will post right there Tom's picks, my picks, all of our thoughts, as well as a race replay. You just click on that like you do for the Churchill Downs. Hopefully you tuned in yesterday. I went solo and had like a 500 and some odd dollar pick four at the end of the day. So it's a good way to end the week here. And if you like that, there is a link in the description on YouTube for a tip jar, or right here, you can hit that HRT gear button, get yourself a Horse Racing Today hat like I am sporting today because I didn't have time to fix my hair in the dark, Thomas.
No, that spiked look always makes you look good.
Yes, the unkept look, right? It's the 90s and the grunge are out, so we got to go about our business. All right, so the first race we're going to do today is the Taylor Wimpey Fountains Walk Handicap. It's for the people who buy hamburgers today and pay for them on Tuesday. And then if you look at the 6 furlong track here, Thomas, they're going to start here. Looks like a little incline, a little decline, a little incline, and then it looks like a little bit of a decline.
Yeah, I would refer to it more as undulation.
Yeah, just a little.
And this track tends to favor forwardly placed horses.
So some speed, some giddy up and go. Well, I don't know if we have a speed map on these things, but we certainly do have some ideas as to what is going to happen, Thomas. So what's going to happen, Thomas?
I'm going to start with 4, Mission Command. Ran well last time in a class 4, going 6. Is going to drop back to the 5 on the straight track this time around. He's won his only race at Ripon, which was a maiden race, and that was on the good to soft. So off that last race, and does have a little history on the track, I'm going to put him on top because I like those odds.
Yes, indeed.
8, Copper Knight is going to be my next choice. Trainer has entered this horse in a range of different races, from class 2 to class 4s, some success here and there. Is won this year in a class 5 and a class, or they call them classified. I'm just going to call them class 3 levels. But this is a horse that's 11 years old. He's run 118 times. Last race, he was at Chester. And he had a wide draw, which is never good at Chester, and he ran 4th. So I think the better draw and a little better opportunity at this track because it's straight away. Mark 13, Mark's choice going to be my final choice. It was interesting. The trainer's comments about his reversal of form from last time was that he's won here before. Well, it tells me a horse likes Ripon. He's won by a head on the straight 6. He's drops to 5 today. But interestingly enough, the last time he won at the 5 furlong distance was in 2021. So that's why I'm putting 3rd.
All right. Well, we have a lot of agreement today, Tom. Mission Command also gets my first choice in there. Won its only race, as you pointed out at Ripon, was on soft going. So that's something else you pointed out. But this one does have a chance to be better in the second start. So a little bit of nuance from me. Number 13, Mark's Choice. Yeah, there we go again, Thomas. You pointed out that a horse likes Ripon. Indeed, he does. He's been the money 15 out of 16, including 9 of them with visits to the winner's enclosure. High Opinion, number 10. I also should point out that in this race, a lot of horses have 1, 2, 3, 4 wins. And as you mentioned, one ran 118 times or something like that. Horses aren't the most efficient when it comes to winning. So I figured, yeah, you better take a little bit higher odds. This one is another one that's been okay at Ripon, in the money half the time in 8 races. What I like about this horse, this is the quintessential Tom horse. You look at its races in the last 10, 7 of them have been what I call quality outings. So it's a high probability you're going to get a good race out of this horse, good enough to finish in the winner's circle, maybe not, but or in her closure, but it could. And then finally, number 9, that one might prove to be one of the favorites, Vince El Amor. The last couple of times the horse ran on softer footing, yes. The prior couple of times it ran on softer footing, no. But right now the horse is in good form, probably as good a form as any. And at 9-2, if that turns out to be your favorite, that's not that bad. Let's look in. Well, it looks like the 2-horse Golden Star Hero, maybe Smart Vision. The predictor is back this week. And the predictor says, boom, Illusionist. Yes, indeed. Is this the right race, Tom?
Yeah, it's the right race.
Yeah, because there's only I see Vince and then Mark's Choice and nothing else. So either you and I are going to defy the predictor, or we're going to have a horrible race number 3. Race 4 is next on our calendar. That one, Thomas, is 6 furlongs. This is the Ripon Cathedral City of Dales handicap. Again, this one's going to go 6 furlongs, so they're going to head back to here, make their way over here, down to the finish line through those undulations. It's funny, over here they have the legend, right, of all these different things, Thomas. So we got the starting point. We got the winner, like where it ends. I don't see an open ditch or any water jump or fence, and I don't see any high points or low points. So I'm just guessing this is the high point of the track.
Well, it's an undulating course, so that's the best way to describe it. It's not. It kind of has some of the characteristics of Kentucky Downs.
But it has to have a high point somewhere.
And then, but the difference is that it drops off going down to the finish, so it's a little more. There is and there isn't. I mean, it's not a flat course, certainly.
But when they're done undulating in the mysterious high and low spots, who will feel the high of a win?
I'm going to start with number 9, Station X is my top choice. Asking a lot of this horse moving up in class to class 2, but he likes the softer going. This is his distance, and it's just a matter of getting the trip. And some people must think he's got a chance because it's not 50-1.
No, it's not.
Number 7 is Interventionist. I'm going to take him number 2. This horse wins, and he finishes 2nd or 3rd in many, many, many of his races. He's run 108 times. He's won 14 of them. He's finished 2nd 17 times. He's finished 3rd 17 times, and some decent money too. He's 8 and just very consistent horse, and I really like those odds with him.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I'm going to take the one I think will be the favorite, which is number 2. It's Aaron Bear, another Bear. I mean, won 4 in a row, moves up in class. You know, he's getting a bigger rating now. Doesn't get penalized too much in the weights because of moving up. It's just a matter of can he handle the class rise?
Mm-hmm. Well,
in the form, he does.
Yeah. I think he does, Tom, because I have him as my first selection. So it's the horse for the course for sure. Been at Ripon 9 times and hit the board in 8 of them. So maybe doesn't win, but certainly one you want to consider in your wheels. Number 9, Station X. Thomas and I have a lot of agreement today, folks. So that means take all the other horses.
Big trouble.
Yes, indeed. Both of its wins have come at 6 furlongs in 4 races. And then it ran other distances 6 times and no wins. So a horse for the 6 furlong course and perhaps a little bit better on softer footing to boot. Strong Warrior, number 4. That one is 8-1. Odds holding steady. There's the most upside because only raced 5 times so far. I think they thought they had a quality horse here because they put him in a Group 1 at Ascot in his 4th race. I kind of didn't respond to that. Maybe lost a little bit of confidence in that spot. He came out and ran a dud the next time around. But let's see if some of that, what we thought form, shows up here today. And if it does, I think it is the best horse in the race if it can regain confidence. Take a trip to the sports psychologist. Number 6, the Eye of Dubai. Final choice has a win and a second in a pair at Ripon. I wanted to put this one higher, but when I look through the soft footing races, some of them were atrocious, but I just feel like it's better than most of the other horses in here, so maybe it can overcome some of its atrociousness. See if the predictor agrees with any of those or our assessments. So a 3-horse race where Mr. Sox takes home the W, Thomas. And neither one of us have Mr. Sox. But we do have another bar. We do have Eye of Dubai. We do have Intervention. We don't have Sophia Starlight. And there's a good reason why we don't have the one on the bottom.
Beaujolais Nouveau.
Well, you could pronounce it. Me and my French is pretty bad. So next up on our docket in English, thankfully for me, because if it weren't French, I would be screwed. This one is the 6 furlong Michael Raby Memorial Handicap. Again, 6 furlong. So you see on the chart back here, they're going to start all the way back there. They're going to undulate their way to the winner's circle. And when they're done undulating, Thomas, and it is a rated G show, so I did say undulating, what is going to be the winner?
I'll start with number 6, Round Hay Park, my top choice. Missed by a length last time out. Runs second. That was a Class 5 level race. 2 starts. He's 1-2 start back in a Class 6 level. He's one of these horses that appears to like the soft, good to good, soft going. And that's why I'm going to put him on top. Another one who's run 88 times and has 13 wins. Not too bad.
It's a lot of running.
Yeah. Number 1, Annie Edison Taylor. It's going to be my next choice. She's just run well all season. And she likes the softer going. My issue with her is that weight penalty. And she gets top weight gets penalized for the doing well, is the best way to describe it. So if she can overcome that weight, I think she's got a chance. And I like the price, too. 5, Dream Deal is going to be my final choice. He won last time out at this level. And it was on the same type of going, good to soft. He was the favorite. His last 2 starts, he ran out. And his only start at Ripon was a while ago, but he finished second. So maybe he likes the course. Maybe he likes that soft going. Maybe he's a good pick.
It's probably a great pick, Thomas. Annie Edson Taylor could be a great pick, too, at 7-1. That's a heck of a favorite. This one's ran at the distance 7 times, finished in the money 6. So maybe he doesn't win with the weight, but I think the form in the last 5 has been very good. Maybe he can deal with the weight. Number 11, Hurst Wood is my next selection. If he's going to win, it will be today because it looks like this horse does its best when it comes off the sidelines. Indeed, that's the case today. Number 6, Round Hay Park. Third choice, better in the second start off the bench. It's another one that has some Ripon form. Been there a lucky 13 times and hit the board in 8. 8 is enough. And
yeah, finally, they're also, so they're not the high weight. They took, put an apprentice on there. Get a 5
so it would have been the high weight horse then?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Good idea. Just don't put me on there. And then finally, number 9, Barmy Blade. That sounds like a swear word. It's some corners. But it is a horse for the course, Thomas. There should be a tip there. And those tipsters that didn't tip this one, they missed this. But been on Ripon 4 times, 2 wins and a third, all of which were at 6 furlongs today's distance. Any other track, the horse has run 10 times, has a win and a third. And I will point out that 6 furlongs, 3 wins in 5 races. So it's a horse for the Ripon course, but perhaps even more so for a 6 furlong course. And then finally, our predictor predicts. See if we can get a horse in the winner's circle this time. Hurstwood, Thomas, the 11 horse coming off the bench. They see the same thing I do. Man, I love this predictor. They also have Roundhay Park, Dream Deal, El Deer, Annie, Edison Taylor, and Flow State just getting beat by a nose there. We got 2 races to go, Tom. I know next week we're off, right? And then you're going to be on vacation. So this next one's really easy, Thomas. It's only 4 horses. So it's really unusual for Tom to give us a 4-horse race. Usually it's 400 horses. But,
well, I figured you needed a break.
Yes. This time they're going to start here. We're going to go a mile and a half, right? So mile and a half, mile and 4 furlongs. So it looks like a little bit more than that. And they're going to run this way. Funny arrow there, Thomas. Oh, well, I guess it can go anyway. Yeah. So it's going to go this way.
And those turns are tight.
So you would want an inside post then?
Probably not going to really matter.
Not with 4 horses, I can't suspect. I mean, everybody should line up exactly where they want to be at the beginning, but it doesn't matter where they line up at the beginning. It matters where they line up at the end. And according to the odds maker, it's going to be the 2 and then everybody else. So is that how you see it?
Yeah, I only picked 1 horse, and that was the 2. I mean, she's won her only started at Hamilton, was a novice, was on the good to firm going. You know, you got a good trainer, and this isn't, let's face it, this isn't much a race. You got one that's never started. You got,
the 3, right? Well, I mean, they must think something of it to start it in a higher than a novice race.
Yeah, no, you got to think about that. I think with the, none of these are particularly proven horses. To be honest. So I decided I'll just take the favorite and move on.
Well, that makes it easy. Well, I went with the 1 horse, Thomas, driver's pick. That was the one I took because it's 4 years old. I know it's kind of second half of its, the second, 2/3 through the year. Let me try to speak in. But anytime you get the only 4-year-old versus a bunch of 3-year-olds, I know it's going to carry some more weight, but still, it should be the stronger horse, the strongest horse in the race. And then I do got the favorite. In the debut, 1 3/8 miles, smoked the field. It said it eased on by and then won by what, 2 1/4 lengths or something like that, Tom?
Yeah.
Add another 1/8 of a mile.
And could have been a lot more.
Yeah, add another 1/8 of a mile and it might win by an 1/8 of a mile and 2 1/3 lengths. So, especially against this field, couldn't win by more than that. Who knows? All right, the predictor's probably going to give us I'm going to imagine that the 2 horses is going to win and the rest of them.
No, I'll pick the 3.
You think it'll pick the 3? I think it's going to pick the 2 and the rest will be on the picture. Oh, that's what I was going to say. It was close. Yes, indeed. The 2 horse won. The rest almost didn't make the picture. Funny. If you haven't done so already, you see on the bottom down there all of our social sites. Please hit that subscribe button, follow, like, all that kind of good stuff. Share our content because it helps us with the search engine scores. And YouTube, for whatever reason, I think I was looking at some of the other horse racing sites, Tom, and I think they have made some sort of adjustment to their algorithm for stuff that they consider gambling, even though we're just providing information. You can't bet a buck with us, although we've had some coffee bets to date, but none of them happened.
Yeah, we have prof bets. We have, play those.
We make suggestions, but we don't
crazy
bet.
Pick 4s, and but we're not a bookie.
No, we're informational purposes and for your entertainment only. And we certainly hope at times we accomplish one of those goals. We either are make good picks or either
or you have a really good laugh
or informative. But usually like baseball, strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, you're out like Bugs Bunny, all on the same pitch. All right. The finale at Ripon, 2 miles. Last chance for a 2025 handicap. 2 miles, Thomas, that's a pretty long way around that track. So I have no idea where the 2 mile mark. Here it is. You're going to start here?
It starts in the straight, yeah. And then they mosey around to the 2 turns.
And you say they're tight turns. This is a 10 horse field, so maybe post position will matter a little bit.
Yeah, it does matter a little bit.
So you want to be on the inside, you think?
I think just forwardly placed.
And when it's over, who's going to be the most forwardly placed?
I'm going to start with number 5, the Crafty Mole. He's run some decent races in the last 2. 3rd last time out, and he won the race before. As the top weight in a Class 5 race. The distance is an issue for him because he's really not gone this distance before, but he does like to be forwardly placed, and he likes the soft going. So that's why I put him on top.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go to number 6, Buzz It. Okay, maybe.
Works for me.
One last time out at Chester. Nice. He's had reasonable efforts going this distance over and over. I mean, but he's good at finishing in the money too. 41 starts in his career, and he's got 16 times he's been in the money. I'm doing that as not as a repeat, because I don't think he's a repeat winner, but I do think can hit the board.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I got him for second. And then finally, I'm going to take 3, 6-pack. Not much in the last couple of efforts, but it's interesting. They're going to try a distance with this horse for the first time. And, he's run reasonable efforts on the soft. I thought it'd be high odds. Boy, am I wrong. Those are not high odds.
Not by this race's standards.
No. And, so I give him a chance to beat the rest of the field. But, again, that distance, he's never run it. He's got some weight to carry.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not cock and bull, though.
Well, you want high odds. I'm going to give you high odds, Thomas. In fact, I'm going to give you the highest odds on the board right now, it looks like. And going higher, number 7, Diamond de Vindacy. Maybe. I don't know. Good enough for me. I'm going to take a flyer on this one, Tom, because its resume says the horse will improve in its second start after 11. I mean, plenty of that for sure. But the horse has run at Ripon 3 times. It has a close second and a couple thirds in there. So maybe it works out. And I think a couple of good 2-mile efforts as well in there. So the distance is not a problem for Diamond. Number 1, it's all about you. Indeed, Thomas. That one's got some decent odds in there. This one is another one that should be very effective at 2 miles, which I like. Number 6, Buzzit, a Tom horse that we both agree on. That has one tip. We just tripled that number right in there. And what I like about this horse, Tom, is one that runs well in bunches. He ran like 3 crappy races in a row, maybe more than that, and then all of a sudden showed up. Boom, last time out. And then I look back, and that's kind of the horse's pattern. Garbage, 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 bang, a nice improved race, and then a good series of them. So I think it's just at the beginning of that good series. It's too bad it's the last race of the year. And then finally, number 9, Sawgrass. The resume says this one is another that should show some improvement in round 2 off the sidelines. And some chance that this one could be the favorite, but I don't think in this race you should take the favorites any more than your in the money picks. Try to find some shots. And let's see what shots indeed the predictor says are worthy of your attention. This is a more competitive race than the last one. Zimmerman, a name that neither of us mentioned in there, Tom. The Crafty Mole. I think you pointed that one out. So that one's just got beat by a nose. There's Buzzit. It's all about you. A cock and bull. Diamond de Vindacy not showing up at all. So could be an embarrassing.
The horse may still be running.
Yeah, it's certainly not making its way to the screen there at all. So again, in just a little bit, I will post all of our, not a little bit, but sometime before the races tomorrow, you'll find them over at sometime tonight. I got some stuff to do this afternoon. When I get home this evening, I'll post them. Horseracingtoday.net. You'll find it right there on the homepage. Click on that. It'll take you straight on over to our thoughts, as well as a race replay of the show. I will timestamp all of the races in the description on YouTube. It's another place where you also find a tip jar. If you like what Thomas and I do, you can hook us up with a cup of coffee or a glass of Mountain Dew, or you can just go over here to HRT Gear, get yourself a Horse Racing Today hat. Again, free picks as always today, Albuquerque at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Link at Horse Racing Radar TV at YouTube. You see all of our social sites down there scrolling. All right, Thomas, I know you're off for the next week, but about the week after that, any ideas?
Well, next week, of course, is the Arc on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So but the some of those earlier races, like the Opera, may reflect on who's going to be coming for the Breeders' Cup. So if you're interested in that and interested in Breeders' Cup racing and the foreigners, you may want to check those races out because they could do a nice indication. They have in the past because some of them have won. And we're going to head to Newmarket probably next time around, 10th or 11th, whenever that is. And then, of course, the championship meeting at Ascot for the British British Championships will be
and then it will be the Breeders' Cup.
That's their Breeders' Cup.
Mhm.
That we'll definitely want to look at those races.
And then not too far after that will be our Breeders' Cup, and we'll be highlighting all of the international flavor as we always do as we prep for I call it the All-Star game of horse racing, the Breeders' Cup. All right, Thomas, any final words from you before you enjoy your next 2 weeks off?
Enjoy the undulation of Ripon.
And the beer festival, right? Oktoberfest, I suppose, in England, for sure. All right, folks.
I don't think they need a reason to drink beer.
Yeah, I don't.
Very similar to living and being in Milwaukee.
Or just about anywhere nowadays, Thomas.
It seems that way, yeah. Even though it's more the more lighter carb drinks or less calorie drinks are more the in vogue stuff.
Yeah, I had one of those near beers because I don't drink. So I went out with some friends and they're like, you can't walk around empty-handed. So here's a near beer. Yeah. I said, if I'm going to drink this, I might as well drink a real one because it tastes horrible.
Yeah, it's not good stuff.
Yes. And if you wanted to sponsor us, I'll tell you it tastes great. Anyway, I would. That's it for this week, folks. We hope that no matter what you're doing, whether you drink real beer, no beer, or near beer, we certainly hope that all of your plans, your goals, your life's endeavors have God's grace, God's favor, and in England, everything ends up in the
winner's enclosure.
See you on Monday for Parks. Until then, have a blessed weekend.